I think we're ready. Hello, LGs. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nicole, and we talk everything about Social Security, early retirement, and living abroad. And so today we're going to be talking about something I believe is on every baby boomer's mind, or at least it's on mine. Okay, and that is to sell your home, or are you going to age in place? And aging in place, of course, means you're going to keep your home throughout your retirement. You're not going to sell. So, you guys, if you're interested in this topic, then of course you know what to do. Make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe to my channel, and I think that's all. Oh, and the notification bell. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into this dilemma. Now, for me, I am an early retiree. I'm 62. I'm a widow, and I decided to live abroad. I've been here in Panama City, Panama, for the past 2 years. Of course, I come back and forth to the United States to check on my villa, which is what I have in Venice, Florida. And that is the dilemma that I'm in. Now that I am living abroad, and I really don't think I'm going back to the United States to live, even though my children are still there, my family is still there, and I do go and visit. But should I sell my home in Florida, or should I keep it? Now, again, I'm living abroad. I have no intentions at this particular stage in my life to go back to the United States. But things can change, right? I mean, I never thought I would be living outside of the United States ever. I never crossed my mind. But yet, here I am. So again, my dilemma, do I keep it or do I let it go? Let's dig a little deeper. All right, so let's talk about the pros of selling. The number one thing is financial freedom. Can you imagine the amount of money I will have when I sell my home to do a lot more fun things or invest in other things? That to me is a major plus, because right now my home, even though it's paid off, fully paid off, but is it? I still have HOA fees. We have something called CDD fees, property tax, maintenance, and of course, homeowners insurance and utilities and all of that. So, selling the house, I would be getting rid of basically $30,000 a year, just because I don't have those expenses anymore. There will be no more maintenance. I won't have to worry about the upkeep of my home. Let's be real. Florida has been hit with several natural disasters. I won't have to get additional insurance to protect me from these natural disasters. Venice, Florida, we were considered safe. We had never had a hurricane, tornado, flooding, any of those things for over 100 years, or so I'm told. And I moved in this area in 19. I moved in this area in 2020, right before the pandemic. And you guys, 2 years later, Ian, and I mean, it hit right on top of my villa. It stayed there for hours. Luckily, I only lost a few of my tiles from my roof. And now this year we got hit again with Milton. Again, thankfully, my property was there was no damage done to my property. But the stress level, the anxieties, is it worth me hanging on to it? Pro about selling is getting rid of property tax. You guys, property tax for my community doubled. We were paying, or at least I was paying, close to $4,300 a year, okay, in property tax. Last year, I paid $7,500 on my property. How? Why? Okay. That's a good thing, which means my value of my home went up. But my property tax doubled? Yeah, kind of sell. And then, of course, CDD fees and HOA fees. I'm sure you guys know about HOA, upkeep of our gated community. The money that we pay in HOA fees maintain our property. They take care of the outside, supposedly, of my villa so that I don't have to worry about any yard work or any damages to the house on the outside, supposedly. And then we have something called CDD fees. And that means we, the people in my community, have to maintain the area outside of our gated community. Yes. So our HOA fees runs about $450 a quarter, and my CDD fees run $750 a quarter. Okay, I will be getting rid of all of that by selling. I think my lighting is getting too dark. Hold on, let me add some light. Let there be light. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, you can see me now. Because I am a resident of Panama City, Panama now, I normally put my home up for rent. So I'm getting into now the cons of selling. One, I will lose that rental income. But in my case, it's a wash because what I bring in from my rental is almost, not quite, what my expenses are. And so, because I'm not making a profit, the rental income really isn't helping me. I'm bringing in 20 to 25,000 a year in rental, but I'm spending 30. So that extra 5,000 has to come out of my retirement. In the math isn't mathing, right? Another con is the market. All right. The market is such that it's not a good time to sell. We're waiting for the interest rates to go down so that more people can buy. Another con is I may not be able to get the price that I want. And I'm trying to, get a certain price for my home because it is a beautiful home. It is a beautiful community. It is Florida, right? It's a beautiful state and it's so much development going on in this area. It is a growing community. If now that I want to sell, it's just not the right time. All right, so now let's flip the script and talk about keeping my villa. Because of where I live, and it is a gated community, has a lot of beautiful amenities and all of that good stuff. It is a hot place for rentals. A pro of keeping it as a rental property is I will get rental income to offset my expenses, but I do get something. The next pro about keeping my villa is future plans. I up and moved to Panama City, Panama after visiting for like 2 weeks. Okay. When I came here, I just fell in love with the city and the country and everything. And I decided, hey, I'm moving to Panama. Well, that could happen again. You're right. I could say, I'm tired of being in Panama. I want to move back to the States. I don't see that happening, but anything is possible. And it'll be great to have my home still available to me. It's paid off for the most part. I do feel like I'm still paying a mortgage with all of the fees that I have and the taxes, but it is mine. So at least I will have a roof over my head if I maintain my home. Another plus for keeping the home is I do get some tax benefits for having it as a rental. And so that's always something good to look forward to, that I can write off some of the expenses that I incur. And the final thing about maintaining my home or keeping my home, the equity that I have built into my home since I purchased in 2020 is almost doubled what I paid for. That is not going to decrease that much, if at all. And so I am still building equity in my home by keeping it. Hmm. To sell or not to sell? That's the dilemma. So there you have it, you guys. This is the process that we must go through when we're contemplating selling our home or aging in place. Are you thinking about selling? Are you thinking about living abroad? Or do you want to age in place? A study that says half of us want to sell and the other half wants to keep. And one of the main things about them keeping it is because they have lived in that house for 20 or 30 years. They know their neighbors, they like the community, they're active, and they don't want to give that up. And I understand. However, my home is new. It's basically new. It's only 4 years old. And so, even though I have made wonderful friends, I have amazing neighbors, I'm now living in Panama City, Panama. And I've met some wonderful friends and wonderful neighbors here as well. So, what's a girl to do, right? Sell or not to sell. So if you have any questions or if you have experience that you would like to share, drop some drop it in the comment section. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell so that you can come back for more tips for making the most of your retirement here at the Ladies Place. Thank you so much for watching. Be blessed and a blessing, and I will see you guys on the next one. This is Nicole signing off for now. Bye bye. Okay, so there you have it. The pros and cons of selling your home or keeping it and aging in place. Ultimately, the decision is a personal one. It really depends on your personal situation and, of course, your emotional attachment to your home. For me, the emotional attachment is because my villa was being built. I took some of the ashes of my husband because we had him cremated, and I put it at the foundation of my villa. And I'm telling you, letting go of that villa isn't easy. And so, again, it is a personal choice and a personal decision that each of us will have to make.